It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
No. 319. 54 Mike. Here we go. Look again.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 30-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
54. Watch the curl. Switch. Take 30.
Jones. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Let's get that ball right here. Get 300. Mike 5-4.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Jennings has it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
He's coming in motion. Hold.
They'll try the right side with Jones. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
You must be dreaming. John, I got him. On me. Mike, 53. Hey, 88.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
I got you.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll be a 2nd and long. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Hey, Haywood. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Throwing, Winston. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Rashawn Gary able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early. But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Black 22. 44. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard complete. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now Winston. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, 43 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. After the penalty, it's Jones. And just a yard on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 4.
That's it, baby.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd down at the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Check 26, check 26. Easy. Check 6, guys.
From the 31, Rodgers, man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well. Now Now a first down carry by Jones. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Levante David in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, it's Jones. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Mike 54. Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Hey, orbit.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
I got him.
To throw is Rodgers from the gun on third down. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On first down, it's Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
50. Hey, you block over here.
On second down, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
A first down carry now for Miller. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second and 9, Rodgers got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Hey, Alpha.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today. Check 30.
Now Rodgers completes it to Jennings. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Show some. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. An 8-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the first half. Crosby with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Winston. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Green, triple team. Hey, stop. Let's go.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On play action, it's Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. This is Jones. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
I don't think you got it, sir. Check 52. Alert 3. 26. 215. Check 13.
Now a handoff looking right. Room here to run. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Check nickel. Hey, Mike.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. The 20. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
Take over 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Ready. Black 25. Here we go.
They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Mike, ready? Blue lane. Wait. Watch out.
On second down now, it's Jones. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. Badgley's kick is good. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
He's crossing. He's checking.
Here's Winston. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
He's coming, double up. Check three.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Blue lady. 42 is the mark. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
On 3rd down, Winston. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
On first down, Jones. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Someone moved. Flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Again, it's Jones. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there. Check safety, check safety.
Rodgers going to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that will knot us up at 10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Let's go. Let's go.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Check. Cross. Cross. Cross.
They'll run it with Jones. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Here we go, even. Hey, stop.
They'll go again to Jones. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And that'll set him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. From the gun, Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Slipping into the backfield for the sack was Oren Burks. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. But it looked like a Packer. Yeah, a Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Miller. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Not too many more ideal situations than 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
We 19. 54. Mike, 54. To the 50. He's not going to get me. Hey, wahoo. We 19. Check, check. Watch 54. Zoom. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And he fends him off. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Carl Nassib, what a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Like the footwork back there. I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now Jones. They don't get it all back there, but they do get 8, and it sets up a 3rd and 15.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Hey, high 7. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Squeeze, double. 54 Mike. 54.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And this is caught. He hits more. A good pickup there at 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back. 36. Protein spill. Check.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game.
Check. Watch 54.
Rodgers now to throw. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And this one is right down the middle. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
27-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Check. Easy.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route, that's not the way you're supposed to play it.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a pass, and it's complete to QT. Now the Bucs are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Ready. Black 22. Hey, Johnny. Let's go.
They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And he's going to be met at about the 43. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Get it together, defense. Green, come and see. Tighten up, tighten up. Hey, I want to 50. I want to 50. Let's go.
Now Winston. It's caught by Mike Evans. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 31-yard line. He's back to throw.
Pardon me, got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting...
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
No. 158. 53. Here we go.
Well, one side moves on, and then, of course, there's the other side, and now